This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Thursday morning to you and happy Thanksgiving. It is a numbers game at VSiN, the sports betting network, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, and of course Sirius XM channel 158. It's Gil Alexander. That right there is Kelly Bidlin. And I'm workshopping new glasses.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, trying to go back to it. Now, this has already been universally panned behind the glass by the crew. They don't like it.
Very supportive crew you have.
Very supportive
crew.
By the way, can we just start by saying Happy Thanksgiving to the crew, even though they're panning my glasses?
Absolutely.
Darnell Glenn.
Mm-hmm. Chris Foster back there.
Deep Thoughts with Chris Foster. Danny Higgins.
Larry
Bear.
The Lair Bear. Matt Hicks is back there. If he hasn't left for the D already. Andre Paraiso is back there as well.
Paraiso. Not Paradiso, but Paraiso.
Yeah, you know how that translates? This is what I told the guys. It's like an Allen Iverson thing. He's for the ISO. He's very high on the ISO.
But he's yeah. That's right. Throw a D in there, it's paradise, but otherwise it's for the ISO. Yeah. Universally panned already. Maybe I'll go back to the other ones tomorrow if you guys pan it completely, but otherwise I'm going with it, baby. Let's go.
I wish everybody here working here appreciated my level of comedy a little bit more. I just made myself laugh very hard with Danny. We were all having the glasses conversation leading into the show. It just cut off Danny immediately. He was like, well, I couldn't wear glasses because I had to play quarterback. And we got Danny, professional football player.
Kelly immediately, when he mocks someone like that, he does the arm thing. He's like, oh.
I had to be a professional quarterback. It was so tough, Gil.
Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. 3 NFL football games back to back to back today. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So our show leads right into kickoff. The NFL decided to move it back a half hour. I was right about this. It's always been 12:30 Eastern. But they moved it back to 1 p.m. Eastern. The only explanation given by Roger Goodell was we just wanted to make it more similar to the standard windows of time.
I am very okay and supportive of that, actually.
I like the 9:30.
Okay.
But since we're back to 10 now here local time, I'm okay with it since we'll miss it.
I don't know why, though. I don't know why I can say that, but then tomorrow I love the random start time. Like, it's just the middle of the afternoon. It feels a little weird, a little random.
You're a paradox, Kelly Bidley.
Yeah, I am. I'm a complicated man.
Yeah. It's not simple at all. So we'll lead you right up to kickoff. By the way, Jonathan Montobel will be here during the games for a special VSiN Live Thanksgiving show.
Mm-hmm. I'll be hanging out with him for a little bit.
Yeah, man. So we'll talk all these games here momentarily. We will have the normal fare, though, today. Zach and Crack. It's like any other Thursday, man. Just that it's Thanksgiving. Zach Cohen here, talk NFL and more. More means a lot of NBA. Unscripted with Bill Krakenberger. Bill Krakenberger hanging out with us. But here's the deal. Billy's going to be here a little earlier, and he's going to leave a little earlier, right? So he was staggered time for Bill. We're splitting the difference. He'll be here at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. Michael Monosano's going to join us. He's got way too many picks to fit into one segment, but we'll try to do it. So we got a whole bunch to get to. Can I start with Survivor? Let me just start with Survivor for a second. Circa Survivor. So it's the Thanksgiving quirk, right? It's the 3 games today. It's the Philly-Chicago game tomorrow. That acts as its own week. 900 entries left. I had predictions where I thought the percentages were going to go. Do we have that graphic, Danny? If we could throw that up there. Predictions now are actual. We know what the actual percentages are, and here it is. I was high on the Eagles. Survivor Atlas was low. I think Survivor Atlas predicted like 44-ish. You know who nailed it right in the middle of us?
Whom?
Jason. I don't think you used the M there, but okay. Jason Lisk, from our buddy from Pool Genius.
All right.
He nailed it right at the... So it actually is 54.3% of the entries, of the 900 entries. 54.3% went with the Eagles. I guessed 67%. Where did the difference be made up? I guessed 15% on the Ravens. It ended up being 29.9%. Everything else I kind of nailed.
Yeah, you did. And none of this really surprises me, the movement at the top. I think your estimate is probably where I would have started around as well. And if there's people out there like me, as the week has gone on, you've soured on the Eagles a little bit, just in general with this game on Friday.
Well, what I thought, the reason that I guessed higher than Jason is, I thought the Joe Burrow return and Lamar injury was going to sway it more towards the Eagles. but apparently not. 54.3% go with the Eagles. That's over 400 entries, obviously, over 450 entries on the Eagles themselves. The other thing that I missed, I had 0% no pick, but I was wrong. 2 entries, no pick. We're down to 898.
I didn't catch that on your estimates before. That's great.
Yeah.
How dare you, Gil Alexander, think that everybody was going to get their picks in?
So I was trying to, this morning before the show, I was trying to go back into the annals, if you will, of Circa Survivor history and try to figure out if there was ever a later no pick. And I didn't have enough time, so I have to go back to 2022, 2021, and 2020. But what I can ascertain is so far I have not found anything later than this. There have been
Thanksgiving ones?
Yes, yeah. There have been in the history of Circa Survivor. There have been a few. There have been exactly 3 before this year that were no picks. 3 entries total before this year, but combined all those years, there weren't 900 entries left. Right, so this year alone has more entries going into Thanksgiving than all those years combined. We had 2 this year, 3 prior to this. But I went back, so I'm going week by week. So I want to see. I think there was a week 13 non-entry in one of these past 3 years that I found. But remember, week 13 in those years, Thanksgiving was week 12 in those years. So week 13 is actually equivalent to what it is now. So nothing yet later than this. And that makes sense, right? This would be the last week where you can sort of convince yourself, if you botch this, that you're not going to do harm to yourself. Then you're like, well, I wouldn't have won anyway, right? After this, if you mess this up and you don't enter these entries by the deadline, good God, I don't know what you.
This might be a us too close to the sun situation, Gil. But I've gotten so used to this at this point. I'm actually a little shocked to hear it's been that few that have not gotten picks in over the years. I understand what you're talking about. You're hitting the point in the season where it seems ridiculous, but. As we've stated in off seasons, you never know what's going on with people's lives. Stuff comes up, stuff happens.
Well, also Thanksgiving is that deadline will catch you off guard.
That too,
right? Or you forget. I don't know. 489 of the remaining 898 on the Eagles, 269 on the Ravens. Chiefs coming third at 78. Bears with 28, and then everybody else from 13 or lower. Lions 13, Bengals 10, Cowboys 8, Packers 3, 2 with the dreaded no pick. So there you go. The first game. Let's talk about the first game real quick. Chronologically today, the Packers at the Lions. We'll just try to say some stuff we haven't said during the week. I am on the Lions -2.5. This has settled in at -3, -110, Kelly, which is where I guess this would be. I believe when the week started. Yep. Or maybe I said 3.5. I'm not sure. Packers defense in total surrenders just 4.4 yards per play on first and second downs. Why is that important in this matchup? Because, well, first of all, that's the second best in the NFL, second best mark in the NFL, that the Packers defense surrenders just 4.4 yards per play on first and second down. Jared Goff's passer rating under pressure this season is 56.7. That's a clear indicator that forcing him into third and long situations creates the best chance of success for any defense facing the Lions. And the Pack ranks second in the league on a per-drive basis, scoring points on the road this season. So these are all on the opposite side of the ball. These are all positives for the Packers. Terrion Arnold, Kirby Joseph, probably both missing this game. Green Bay running back Josh Jacobs is back. All that said, I'm still going with the Lions here. Lions offense, second in points per game, 8th in EPA per play, 5th in rushing EPA. Detroit defense, top 5 in EPA per rush. Packers have covered the spread just one time in 5 road games this season. And I think Detroit runs effectively here on first and second down, right? I just gave you the Packers' great defense on first and second downs, only yielding 4.4 yards per play. I think the Lions, what's the phrase they use, are on schedule for most of this game. And so put Jared Goff in third and shorts. That's the key to this. Yeah. So that they don't have Micah Parsons and crew just going nuts on him on third down. So, and by the way, this is a side story because I don't think he's playing today. But Frank Ragnow, did you hear this story?
Yes.
Frank Ragnow, the 4-time Pro Bowler for the Lions, who's played most of his career at center. He's coming out of retirement in a Brandon Graham Eagles kind of way, where it's just like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm glad that I missed training camp. I'm glad that I missed the first half of the season. Y'all need me? Oh, you do? Jared Goff has been sacked 23 times this year? Sure. I'm here.
I'll take some money.
By the way, he had so many injuries, which caused him to retire. Among them, Ragnow did. Partially torn pec, But you know what the worst one on his injury report list was always? A fractured throat.
Oh, gosh.
The worst.
Fractured throat.
That is just the worst thing.
He will be first game he could play next Thursday against the Cowboys.
There you go.
Wow. We have Lions-Cowboys a week from today? That's a hell of a game, too.
Yep. So I'm on the lines. All that in the wash. I'm on the lines, but just some food for thought for you there on that game.
Yeah, report is return that quickly is considered unlikely, though. So we'll see how quickly they ramp him up. We'll have inactives here at 8:30 Pacific time, 11:30 Eastern. I know Danny's going to stay on top of that for us, but you hit mainly all of them. I think Packers. This is like injury reports today are critical. All three of these games. There are ones worth monitoring, although I think the two later games, Gil, would have cleared up a little bit. This first one is the biggest. I mean, just reminder, Tucker Kraft out, Elton Jenkins on the IR, both those guys for the Packers. Josh Jacobs, Dontavian Wicks, Matthew Golden, Nate Hobbs, Quake Walker, all questionable. Looks like... Jacobs and Wicks, probable. Those two looking like they'll go. We'll get news on the rest here soon. Jaden Reed out. And then the offensive line for the Lions, Graham Glasgow out. You have Khalif Raymond and then Kirby Joseph out in the secondary for the Detroit Lions. That'll be a big deal. Taylor Decker, Tate Ratledge, Penei Sewell, all questionable. I think they're all expected to go, but we'll get official word here soon. Terry and Arnold questionable as well in that defensive backfield. I'm on the Packers. We're actually heads up here on this one.
Heads up. What'd you get? Plus what?
Took 3. I took 3 with the Packers.
I'm minus 2.5. You're plus 3.
Yep.
Plus 3 is where it is right now for the first of the 3 games today. 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, half hour later than it normally does start on Thanksgiving. We'll get to the other 2 games. We'll talk about this Steph Curry injury real quick after the break as well. Gonna get Kelly's thoughts on that. Not good for the Dubs. And more. It's a numbers game right here at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
If you're serious about football betting, VSiN's got your weekend game plan. Fridays at 7 p.m., it's the Circa Friday Football Invitational. Saturday morning, VSiN's college football tailgate show at 9 a.m., breaking down matchups, props, and big-time bets. Later that night, join the football contest show as the sharpest betting minds give you their picks for Sunday's game. And Sunday at 9 a.m., lock in with Mitch and Pauly on VSiN's Pro Football Tailgate Show. Your final stop before kickoff. Check out the full lineup at VSiN.com and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, a network of sports betting analysts, writers, hosts, and handicappers, all here to help you become a more confident bettor. We broadcast live every day from Las Vegas, the sports betting capital of the world, and from studios across the country, giving you insight from every angle of the action. Take VSiN with you wherever you go with the VSiN Watch app, or catch us on streaming platforms and regional sports networks. You can also listen live on SiriusXM Channel 158 and on radio stations nationwide. Check out VSiN.com as well for betting tools, exclusive betting splits, AI-powered player prop projections from Opta, pro picks for every game, plus in-depth betting guides and articles built to give you an edge. From sharp betting analysis and daily best bets to insider interviews and expert breakdowns, VSiN is your trusted source for everything happening in the world of sports betting. See everything we have to offer at VSiN.com and become part of the Sports Betting Network.
Coming up on the next edition of Follow the Money, happy Thanksgiving. We're off. We're back Black Friday. Tomorrow, Matt Brown and Jeff Schwartz will be stepping in, recapping the early Thanksgiving Day games and live betting on Chiefs Cowboys throughout the show. And they preview Black Friday, Bears Eagles, and get you ready for Week 13 and Survivor talk, plus college football bets as well. Follow the Money, 4 to 7 Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, now SiriusXM Channel 158. Check out the website for all the betting tools and analysis, or get the VSiN Watch app. Happy Thanksgiving.
Numbers Game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
If you want to bet smarter, and I know you do, check out VSiN.com. Zach Cohen's Thanksgiving NFL previews. Zach will be with us here momentarily. Greg Peterson's college basketball top plays. Dave Tooley's NFL takes. NFL first touchdown scorer picks. Steve McAdam's Week 14 college football picks. What a weekend of college football. And the Kentucky Jockey Club preview. Our biggest new subscriber offer of the year here with our Black Friday special. Get full access to everything we do until May 1st for only $60. Go to VSiN.com/subscribe now. We get tweets on this Thanksgiving. Y'all are the best. Appreciate it. Larry Fresh talking about the Megapod yesterday. Brent Musburger, VSiN founder, VSiN co-founder, the guest, making his annual Megapod appearance at the Win yesterday. His 6th Megapod appearance.
Nice. How was it?
It's fantastic. It's you. Honestly, you walk out of there, you're like, what an honor.
Yeah.
You really do. Larry Fresh comments. He goes, well, Todd wasted no time giving Brent the business. That's so true. Todd just went in on it. He goes, I didn't watch you when I was a kid. I watched Brian Gumbel. The Steelers were an AFC team. It's like, oh, Jesus.
That's great.
There we go. This is from Tenelach over there in Australia. He says, wish you and Kelly a fantastic Thanksgiving. You guys are incomparable with the joy and laughs mixed in with actionable information. Gilly Bidley, he says, if Romo the clairvoyant calling any games tomorrow, I'm muting and check in with you fellas. What a slight of NFL, he says. And he also adds, and the winging over there of early time international starts for you guys. Geez, try being an Aussie fan. Up 4 a.m. first 6 weeks and 5 a.m. when you switch daylight saving. And a good milk bun craps on sourdough bread any day. Aye, Kelly? He didn't use the word craps either. Teasers and parlays. Happy Thanksgiving, Gil and Kelly. Appreciative of the hard work you all put in to make a numbers game the best show out there. Let's cash some tickets today. Thank you, Teasers and parlays. Very nice of you. Riley Grannon, thankful to be able to listen to the legendary Brent Musburger on this week's Beating the Book podcast. So many great stories. Wish VSiN would have him on more often. Well, I'm sure everybody would have Brent on as often as he's willing. Buddhist man, I can't imagine leading the show with anything other than launching an official numbers game investigation into the 2 no picks in Circa Survivor. I think someone calls him out here later on the tweets here. John Fitzgibbons. Happy Thanksgiving, Gil and Kelly. You're fond of saying you have the best listeners in the game. You have them because of the environment you've created. Thank you for all you do to make ANG the wonderful thing that it is. All the best to you and yours this Thanksgiving Day. What a nice tweet, John. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Pick 10. Damn, they moved the first game to 1 p.m. from 12:30. That's a half hour of peace I'll lose before chaos starts.
Okay, that's probably a fair point.
Is that a half hour of peace he'll lose? Yeah, that's true. K-Flo. Oh, K. Florenz, our guy with Circa Survivor. He names them. Looks like the 2 no picks were Hake 17-1 and War 1. WAR1. Here's hoping that they're okay and just for God. WAR1 had used Baltimore, Detroit, Green Bay, Kansas City, and Philly, so they just may not have realized Week 13A is a week. No bueno.
Or deadline, as you brought up yesterday.
Yeah. It was a 12-hour window.
Right.
Roger Lancaster, thank you, Kelly Gill, for being on air today. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Mike Rouse, did the NFL move the kickoff back 30 minutes so it doesn't interfere with ANG? That's the other reason they did it. That for sure.
That's the conspiracy theory, yep.
Spence, I'm happy to hear you guys, the A-team on the air today. Happy Thanksgiving, gentlemen, to you and the crew. You too, Spence. Fred Courier, thanks for being on today from the Couriers. Pictures of him and his family. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Fred. Las Vegas 514, yo, happy Thanksgiving, fellas, and all the VSiN crew. Question, if you had to invite 2 people, dead or alive, to Thanksgiving dinner, who would it be? Remember, no raisins in the stuffing, please. This harkens back to my complaint when my mom was still with us. May she rest in peace. She always put raisins in the stuffing. She always messed up the stuffing with raisins.
I remember you talking about that, yeah.
Oh, stop putting raisins in the stuffing.
Oh, good.
And Larry Fresh adds, happy Thanksgiving to you guys, the whole crew behind the glass, and other ANG listeners. Thanks for the daily picks, laughs, and jokes. Catch you next time in town, hopefully with more winning tickets. Thank you, Larry. And finally, Jonathan Doe with a comment on the glasses. He said, it looks like you have a prosthetic nose, and you keep pushing up your glasses if they're sliding down your nose. Other than that, looking good. There you go. We'll end it on that one.
Jeez.
Many more to come. It's brutal.
Jeez.
Last night, the big college basketball outcome. Did you see this? Michigan crushes Gonzaga by 40.
Only 40.
I was with Wes Millett, Houston's dad, so we missed most of this game because he was waiting for the Alabama game. Alabama crushed Maryland. But Michigan wins the Players Era Tournament. Mazel tov to them. I think that's a mill. That's a cool mill for Michigan.
Whew.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And then in pro, and this is what I want to ask you about. So the Warriors are getting beat by the Rockets late. And then Steph, in the final minute hobbles to the locker room with a team called a right quad contusion. Curry's going to have an MRI to determine the extent of the injury. Our buddy Will Hill was already out there being like, Warriors missed the playoffs 8-1. Was this on the Amen Thompson just plowing into him play?
Yeah, it was on that.
I see.
It was on that. I didn't catch it live either. I saw saw replays though. It was on that.
I saw the aftermath. I saw Curry just shaking his head.
Kerr said in post game though, quad contusion is what they're thinking right now. He will get tested today to see if it's anything more severe. But if we're talking a quad contusion, that is. That's pretty lucky. That ain't too bad. I mean, you'll miss some time. But even as Kerr pointed out last night, we're not talking knee and we're not talking ankle or anything here.
Right. What does Matt Brown, our buddy, call it? He calls it a contusion, a fancy bruise.
Fancy bruise.
That's his medical report on a contusion. By the way, here's some Circa Grand Gobbler props. Brent was talking about this on the Megapod yesterday.
Oh, I learned that, and I think we share a bet. I made one.
Specifically, he was talking about total points over under 152.5, which is just adding up the totals for all 3 games today. And I believe he went under, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what Danny told me. And I just bet it this morning as well. I'm on the under 152.5. It's kind of, we're going to go through all these games, but Gil, I didn't bet any of the unders today, but it's lean under in all 3 games for me. So, yeah, the fun little kind of grand salami prop that Circa's got up. I went in the under 152.5.
Drew Dinsick made the case for the under in the Chiefs-Cowboys game, the second of the 3 games today. What a middle child game this is. Chiefs ranked 6th in yards allowed per game, 4th in points surrendered per game. However, obviously Dak has been really good this year. KC also tied for 8th in rushing yards allowed per game. So, let's see if Dallas tries to exploit. What can you exploit with that Dallas defense? That Dallas offense, obviously cooking right now. But Kansas City has the stats on defense. Remember, Jonathan Taylor held to just 58 yards on the ground last week, kept out of the end zone. The presumptive offensive player of the year for the Colts. Cowboys, number 30 pass defense, but it's a new defense, right? So you can't really knock on the Cowboys' defensive numbers. Chiefs are going to be without Trey Smith, their guard, their offensive lineman, and Noah Gray today with a concussion. They've both been ruled out. So again, just make sort of all this lending to an under, perhaps, where it's like good Chiefs defense, no Trey Smith, pardon me. Chiefs defense holding Jonathan Taylor last week. Cowboys defense not good, but this is a revamped Cowboys defense, so they'll be able to provide some resistance. Drew's sort of scenario was, hey, if the Chiefs have a lead, he could see them milking the clock in the third quarter. Remember, Pacheco is back for the Chiefs. Dallas defense looking, as I said, much better with Quinnen Williams now in there. They held the Eagles without a point in the second half last week. In fact, the Cowboys have allowed just 37 points across the 2 games since the trade deadline. Eagles 8-3 to the under this year. Cowboys and Chiefs can both explode on offense, but remember, all that stuff sort of leading to maybe not so much today. And Kansas City entered last week with the second fewest points allowed in the NFL. And remember, this is a short week for both teams after games that really did go down to the wire, right? Cowboys needed a last-second field goal from Brandon Aubrey to come back from that 21-0 deficit. And in the Chiefs' case, they went to overtime. Didn't they? Overtime? Yeah. Against the Colts. So, read into that what you will. Will they be kind of exhausted here in a way that they might not otherwise have been?
The one point I wanted to circle back on that you made earlier, it is that Chiefs run defense. I heard Mina Kimes talking about this the other day. I thought she made a great point. It's just okay, if you're going into this matchup, you've seen what Dak and these wide receivers have done. Are you really all that worried about your rush defense against the Dallas Cowboys? It's kind of like, all right, if that's where our weakness is, run the ball all you want, Dallas, as long as you're not throwing it downfield and pushing it downfield to CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Like, we'd rather live with that situation. So that's another thing I think could lean to the under. If the Cowboys decide they want to come out and try to run the ball.
This is the one of the 3 I think I like the under the most on, because the Bengals Ravens, which we'll talk about, I have no feel for that total.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
You can tell me anything about that total, and I'll believe you.
I mean, I like the under in that one because it's just a little on the high side. That's where I'm saying I lean that way. But yeah, I'm with you on this one. I like 52.5. It seems a lot. This Cowboys defense is not the same from what it was a few weeks ago. It might not be great, but when you got an offense as good as they have, all you got to do is got to have an average-ish defense, and you're right in the picture for one of the better teams in the league. So I can't wait to watch this game today. I don't have a bet. I don't think I'm going to get to the window with anyone on this one, Gil. It's settling in at 3, though. If you made me, it would be Chiefs still. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, backs against the wall. What are you doing here for the rest of the season? Still trying to make the playoffs and secure your spot. It would be Chiefs, but no play for me.
All right, we'll talk about the Ravens and the Bengals a little later. But we got to get to Michael Monosano. He's got conference picks in college basketball, some conference futures to play. He's got some college football plays. He's got an NBA awards bet. He's got a whole bunch of stuff to get to. We'll do it next on A Numbers Game right here at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This Black Friday, VSiN's hooking you up with our biggest deal of the year. Just $60 for full VSiN Pro access through May 1st. That's 6 months of nonstop action from the heart of the NFL season and college bowl games through the Super Bowl, March Mania, the Masters, and the NBA playoffs. Get every VSiN Pro article, betting tool, AI projection, and expert pick, all for just $60. Don't wait. This offer's only for a limited time. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup, then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to VSiN.com/pro to join VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Congratulations are in order to VSiN Pro subscriber John DeFabis, our latest Average Joe Weekly winner. Every week you can jump into the contest by making 7 picks, NFL or college, and the top scorer takes home $500. Win it with an Edge Boost account, and that payout doubles to $1,000. And don't forget, each quarter, one winner gets the ultimate prize. Airfare for 2 to Las Vegas, 2-night stay at Circa Resort Casino, and an in-studio guest appearance on a VSiN show. Free to enter anytime at VSiN.com/Joe. That's VSIN.com/JOE for Joe. We get tweets of beating the book. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, by the way. On this Thanksgiving morning, may your bellies be full, and may you express the gratitude to those in your life that deserve hearing it. This is from NCI95 Gambler. Thankful for my family and everything that I have, and thankful and happy that Gil and Kelly take no days off, and a numbers game listeners get to enjoy our favorite show on a holiday. Let's go, NFL underdogs. Thank you, NCI95 Gambler. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Jason H11, happy Thanksgiving to Gilly Kelly and all the crew behind the scenes that actually do all the work. Yes, they do. Mm-hmm. By the way, who did we leave out? We left out Rob Moreno, I believe.
Rob ain't here today. No.
So we can't say him? Can't say his name?
No, he does great work. Okay. How about Ryan Pineda? We did not shout out Ryan Pineda. He builds all of our graphics.
Ryan Pineda, that's right.
From the comfort of his pajama pants on his couch probably right now. But
that's absolutely right. Ryan Hyatt,
not jealous.
Here's our annual note of thanks to Gil Kelly and the rest of the VSiN crew for spending time with us on Thanksgiving. Whether folks are still traveling, getting ready to host family for lunch, or just relaxing and waiting for the games to start, we appreciate y'all coming into work and keeping us company. We'll save some pie for Gil and Kelly so they can have a refreshing... We'll save some pie for Gil, and Kelly can have a refreshing fruit smoothie, he says. No pie for you.
No. I will... favorite pie, Gil? Favorite pie?
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you have a favorite pie?
Not really.
Pie is kind of a weird...
It's a weird thing.
Right?
I mean, I like a pumpkin pie
this
time of year.
But I love pumpkin pie. That's where I was going. I'm a pumpkin pie defender. I always eat a lot of pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving, so that's going to happen today.
Chris Heath, if Mr. Commissioner wanted it to be more like the regular schedule, then the second game would have started at 1:05 and the last at 5:15. So he's lying to us, in other words. Moving the Lions.
Oh, no, we have the normal. This one always trips up Gil. So we do have the late kickoff is the same as the Sunday night football kickoff,
always
which is 5 minutes later than the
right.
Monday night football kickoff and the Thursday night football kickoff.
James Sott, happy Thanksgiving to you guys and the crew. Best show in the game. Thank you, James. Thank you, Chris. Drew Bridges, happy Thanksgiving to you both. Thank you for being there to start our day every day. Thank you, Drew. Ginger, happy Thanksgiving. Gilly Kell, love the show. Man, happy Thanksgiving to y'all. Y'all are the best.
Mm-hmm.
We just go on and on. One more. John Balducci, happy Thanksgiving. When deep frying turkey, be sure it's completely frozen when you drop it into the hot oil. It's the best way to kickstart the holiday season just right. There's a little PSA attached to that one.
Well, I love some fried turkey, but oh boy, this really is. This is the day of the year where just videos spill onto the internet of just terrible accidents. So be careful.
Yes, please be careful. I'm just going to read more of these because y'all are the best. It's Thanksgiving, for God's sakes. Mike D. I'm Mike D, and I gets respect. Your cash and your jewelry is what I expect.
Beastie Boys.
Mike D says, if you can't get Kelly to enjoy some Boudin sourdough, how about some C's chocolate? Looking forward to my January Bay Area trip to bring some back to New Jersey. Happy Thanksgiving. C's chocolate, a staple of the Bay. Rick Ollier.
I don't know that one. Gil's never brought me any.
Oh, sorry. Rick Ollier, happy Thanksgiving, fellas. Thankful for this year for the Billy Joel and Yacht Rock Docks, Falconry and Falconers, and, of course, IGA. LFG IGA. You know what that means, don't you? Yeah. Oh, look at this
It
shot.
means no.
Kenneth913. Ken, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Not a bad way to wake up and be thankful. Good luck today. Yeah, where's that shot? Oh, he's right at Circa. He's looking down at Circa Swim, I believe.
He's like 30 floors above us.
Yeah. And Jay's a nice cold gambler on the glass. He says, Gilly, looking like a numbers guy with the new specs on. Thank you guys for coming into work today and making my Thanksgiving morning start off the right way. Love you guys' dedication. Thank you, Jason. And Jack Olaquire, Gil Bing from Chicago. I grew up listening to Brent. Great hearing him again yesterday. I'd like to watch the doc on Brent. Can you please mention it again? And once again, happy Thanksgiving to the entire ANG crew. Yes, Brent, in addition to being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the Pete Rozelle Broadcast Award this year, there's also an NFL Today documentary on that many saw when it debuted on TV, but it is available, I believe, at Paramount Plus. I believe it streams there. That's what we were trying to figure out yesterday. But it's called You Are Looking Live. Of course, Brent's great catchphrase from the NFL Today days back in the day. This is the third of the 3 games, and we got to talk more about this because we got Monosano coming up, we got Zach coming up, we got Crack coming up, so we got to get through. But Bengals and Ravens, and Kelly and I were just talking off air, which is the game you're looking most forward to today. This is actually my choice.
I love this conversation because we were saying off air, all 3 I cannot wait for. But for me, it's Chiefs Cowboys, and if I had to go 1, 2, 3. It'd be Chiefs, Cowboys, Packers, Lions, and then this one?
Yeah, for me, it's because at 1-5, I was among the people saying, I think the Ravens are going to win this division, the AFC North. At 6-5, I am less likely to say that.
Yeah,
all they've done is won since then. And this is Burrow today, by the way, with Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase back from the suspension. T. Higgins concussed. He will not play. Trey Hendrickson will not play for that worst ever Bengals defense per DVOA. Worst ever in the history of DVOA since 1978. And the Ravens, I mean, look, first of all, first thing you should know about this game, this is very important information. Purple rising alternate helmets for the Ravens to pair with their all-purple Color Rush uniforms. That you need to know.
Oh, man.
First of 2 games. By the way, so these 2 teams play each other twice now in an 18-game span.
Now I want to know what the Bengals are wearing, though. Are they going to be in their classic whites? I wish they'd go obnoxious. If the Ravens are going to be obnoxious, you go obnoxious.
Go obnoxious.
Just bright orange.
So for those who think the Bengals are donezo with this, from a Bengals perspective, they're not thinking that, right? They're thinking, wait a minute, we have 2 games in 18 days against the Ravens. If we sweep and the Steelers do whatever they do, meaning they'll probably be choppy, we actually could still be in this. And they're 3-8. I'm just telling you what they're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
They're 1-8 without Burrow. Remember, they won the first 2 games of the season. As I mentioned, number 32 DVOA this year, worst DVOA defense of all time. They allow 5.2 yards per carry. Does Derrick Henry still play for the Ravens? I believe he does.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not good. For the Ravens, during their 5-game winning streak, the defense has bucked up. No team has cleared 20 points against Baltimore. This is all music to Danny Higgins' ears, a big Ravens fan. Ravens have given up the fewest points in the NFL during their 5-game winning streak, 13.4 points a game. Of course, they played the Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, and Jets, but let's not mention that. Not the 27 Yankees, as we like to say. The Ravens defense has allowed a passer rating of... Okay, so here's some absolutes on these. So these are 2 pro Ravens, 1 pro Bengals in this contest.
Okay.
Ravens defense has allowed a passer rating of just 33.1 on 3rd and short. Best in the NFL. League average, by the way, 85.5%. They're 33.1. 85.5 passer rating. They're 33.1 for opposing quarterbacks 3rd and short. Ravens defense has allowed minus 0.35 EPA per play in the second half since week 9, best in the NFL. On the other hand, the Ravens defense have forced 3 and outs this year. This is a fascinating stat. On just 8% of opponent drives in the second half this season. Worst in the NFL. That's an amazing stat, juxtaposed with the other stuff. So what it says is they are a marvelous bend, don't break defense.
Yeah.
But Joe Burrow might be able to bend them, if you know what I mean. Lamar, full participant in practice after Monday. He was limited Monday with the toe injury. Full participant after that. Baltimore's offense, though, has just scored 23 points in each of the past 2 weeks against 2 of the league's worst teams, Browns and Jets. Browns have a great D, though. And after a dominant showing at Miami in Week 9, Lamar has completed only 57.1% of his passes and averages only 174 pass yards in 3 games since. Additionally, he's only run, and this is a big one for Lamar, he's only run for 57 yards on 20 carries, fumbling twice. Bengals' big thing, and it's hard, again, like with the Cowboys' defense, you really can't project because it's a different defense now. Bengals also on offense, you can't really say because it's Flacco and now it's Burrow. But the one thing they did great with Flacco, and you would think that this would continue, red zone trips, 62.1% they convert into touchdowns, way ahead of, say, what Baltimore does. They're sub 50% in that category.
That is a pretty impressive stat for Cincinnati. I mean, you got great skill position players, right? So I guess that helps factor into it.
All of that in the wash. That's exactly right. Their skill players better than the Ravens. We're talking wideouts.
But it's better than most, right?
Yes. All that in the wash. I took the 7. For me, again, my 2 bets are Detroit minus 2.5 early and I took the Bengals +7. I do think the Bengals can keep this close. And like I said, the Bengals are thinking to themselves, wait a second now. We still got this team twice in 18 days. The Ravens, by the way, still play the Bengals twice and the Steelers twice. So from the Ravens' perspective, they got the Bengals in 18 days. Sandwiched in the middle is a Steelers game, and then they got the Steelers at the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm on Bengals with you here. So we're up on the first game, neither on the second game, and then we are both on the Bengals. I took 7.5, 120 earlier in the week. Look, this is definitely more of a bet against Baltimore than it is on Cincinnati. I'm concerned with Cincinnati's defense. I'm a little concerned with the rust that Burrow might have coming back here after all this time off, but Ravens offense, and this is pressure on every one of these teams today, right? Every single one.
Yes.
I was telling Danny during the break, this is a game. Baltimore, your defense might look great. If you can't put up 28 points against the Cincinnati Bengals, you got concerns down the stretch.
And the Bengals defense was kind of okay last week against the Patriots. They were not terrible. Coming back, Michael Monosano, Zach Cohen, and more. It's a numbers game.
VSiN's player prop projection tool is now available for the NBA. Get projections for points, assists, rebounds, and more powered by Opta AI. On VSiN.com/NBA props, we line up our projections against the latest DraftKings odds so you can quickly spot mismatches and find value before the market adjusts. The NBA player prop projections tool is available exclusively to VSiN Pro subscribers. Check it out now at VSiN.com/NBA props and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Join the guru, John Hansen, at the intersection of prop betting and fantasy sports on Prop Points, only on VSiN.
Lesson number one, Patty's back. I still believe that Caleb Williams is not any good. And, other than Rome Odunze, I don't trust anyone that can't run the ball.
John and his guests will help you find the connection between the two and give you his expert advice on how to capitalize when a number is too good to pass up. Prop Points, weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on VSiN.
Numbers Game on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Back at the Numbers Game on this Thanksgiving morning 2025. We are grateful to you, the listener, all y'all. I didn't want to call you the listener because that sounds impersonal. It feels like family here on a Numbers Game. It always has been for 9 years. Coming up on 9 years of this show. It has meant the world to me, the relationship that we've all fostered together all these years, and truly thankful. The crews that have come and gone through the years, producers, everybody who has worked on this show. It has just been fantastic. We get tweets, as you know, as Beating the Book. JKL for Vegas. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm prepping the turkey for the oven while listening to ANG. Great day. Go Pack, he says. Scuba Scott. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Speaking of pies, he said betting the lines today is like mince pies. You either love it or you hate it, but you just do it. Okay. All right, Scuba.
All right.
Van Kino, Mark, he says, happy Thanksgiving. You guys are great. Thank you. Listening as I prepared to hang in the garage as I deep fry turkey number 1, outside, of course, air fry number 2, and smoke number 3, all while watching my Lions.
Yeah, Matt Brown weighed in, too. He wanted to make sure people do not throw their frozen turkeys into a deep fryer.
There you go.
That will cause them to explode.
My buddy Tommy in D.C., he has a guy in the neighborhood. He just invites everybody over to come do their turkeys at his
he sets it up. That's good of him. Yeah, that's good of him.
Parlay Pete, prop segment dropped. Holiday total still adjusting for volume imbalances. Public money hasn't fully loaded the books yet. That's where the real pricing errors appear. Well, I'm not sure what that relates to, Parlay Pete. I'm not sure. That was a response to something else. That was just a response to our show tweet from today. And he says, and Michael Burns says, happy Thanksgiving, boys. Interesting. 20 of the last 20 national champions have been undefeated on Thanksgiving Day. Talking about college hoops. 19 of the last 20 have had a top 21 Ken Pom offense and top 31 defense. He's got his own Thanksgiving college basketball formula. He says teams that currently fit that criteria: Duke, Michigan, Iowa State, Purdue, Louisville, and Arizona. Yeah, I don't get to my formula till much later on. That's from Cyclone Larry, by the way. He's quoting that. Speaking of college hoops, Michael Monosano joins us. He has the best, the greatest, the highest, the highest point average, highest points per game average in the history of Lemoyne College.
Yeah, he does.
And he's a Circa Booby Prize winner from year number 1. Michael Monosano joining us now, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line. Michael, happy Thanksgiving, sir.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thanks for having me on. I'm as always grateful to whenever I get on with you guys.
We mentioned this off air. I don't mean to pick on this, but I know you were a huge Cade Horton Rookie of the Year, NL Rookie of the Year ticket holder. How did that day go for you? When did you realize that it was not going to get home?
Well, I think we can all just go to Kelce and just kind of look at that. Once it's at like 99% Drake Baldwin, it was kind of fait accompli, as you say. So it was disappointing, but I did get a little bit, as I told everyone on X, that I did get a little bit on Drake Baldwin. It wasn't the big score that I would have had if Cade had won.
What was your longest odds on Cade?
At 150-1, I wasn't able to get a lot down, but I was able to get a lot more down at 30-1.
Bro, but 151, 31, and then to have him as minus 240 in the betting market, and this is just, again, the PSA with all these betting markets, well, the awards markets, I should say, they may not be reflecting reality in the end. None of these, right? So we may talk about it ad nauseum, but who knows if it's really anything commensurate with reality. Speaking of college basketball, which we let in with the last tweet, and I was mentioning Michigan just crushing Gonzaga last night by 40 in the end in a battle of early season Titans. You have a few college basketball conference futures you'd like to share. The floor is yours, sir.
Sure. Real quick, though, I also have Michigan 25-1 to win the title. So let's.
There you go.
And I sent that out in May to everyone. So, but we'll worry about that in March. The first conference future is Utah State to win the Mountain West Conference. Jared Calhoun's got his best team he's had, and they've got the one stat you look at is minutes continuity. They are 44th in minutes continuity. That's a big stat that I look at for potential conference regular season wins. They're plus 310. I went 2 days ago, guys. I'm telling you, I was just like licking my chops. I bet them. And I don't know what happened. I never mentioned it to anyone. I mentioned you guys. All of a sudden, FanDuel brought it down immediately. BetMGM brought it down immediately, and I didn't say a word. I think it's because San Diego State got blown out by Michigan by 40, and they kind of adjusted the numbers from there. But right now, Utah State, you could probably catch them at plus 220. That's still a good bet. I have them projected, and so does Ken Pom, to win the Mountain West Conference by 1 or 2 games. And I think at that plus price, that's a good bet.
You also, same number, plus 310. You also have South Florida win the American Athletic.
Yeah, this is a bet mainly because of the coach, Brian Hodgson, coming over from Arkansas State. He's a Nate Oates disciple. He did a tremendous job at Arkansas State. The American is down a little bit this year, and it's going to take this team some time because it's a full roster rebuild, and they've spent some money, some decent money for an American Conference team on getting some talent over there. And they also have an assistant coach, Tobin Anderson. If you guys know that name from Iona, he is a former Lemoyne assistant. And Tobin did an excellent job over there at Iona. So they've got a really good coaching staff. They have a high-octane offense. I just worry a little bit about their defense, but I think as the season goes on, they will get a lot better defensively. And I'm not sold on Memphis or some of the other teams, so that's a good price to take South Florida to win the conference.
Vandy to win the SEC at plus 850?
Yeah, I mean, look, if you look at the statistics this year, they're putting up some points. Their offensive rating is very good. And, head coach Mark Bidington comes from James Madison. This is his second year there. They got to the NCAA tournament last year. In his first year, he was able to go to the portal. He had to address some defensive issues. He's done that. And this is an offensive machine. And I think an underrated team, and I'm going to keep watching them, and there might be a bet for them to make the Final Four as well. They're just too good offensively at plus 850. And if you look at the SEC standings and ratings right now at Ken Pom, you have the top 5 teams within like 3 to 4 points of each other. So there's a little bit of variance there, and the ball bounces their way at plus 850. It's worth a bet.
All right, and what's your long shot Wooden Award winning play? What is it?
Well, I would go to Bennett Sturts at Iowa. I mean, he's putting up some ridiculous numbers right now. He does not get off the floor. He's averaging about 38 minutes a game. His effective field goal percentage is high. His true shooting percentage is high. He does not turn the basketball over. If you look at all the NBA draft boards, he is climbing up the NBA draft boards. And they're going to, obviously they play in a tremendous conference in the Big Ten. Cam Boozer and Braden Smith, yes, those are the household names. But if you have not watched Bennett Sturts play, he's impressive. He's extremely impressive. He's so poised. He can shoot the three. He controls the Iowa offense the way McCollum wants him to be run. And they're 7-0 right now. If they can keep stacking wins and creeping up, that 50-1 is going to drop to 10-1 pretty quickly. He's an amazing player.
You usually have some NBA awards plays. You have one you want to share with us here.
Well, one I've bet a while ago. I bet Darko at 20-1. I think he's like 7-1 now. I'd still take Darko at 7-1. I mean, Toronto is they're doing great now, and if they can get that 1 seed in the East and overtake Detroit, I don't know. That 7-1 could go to 3-1. So I mean, I know it's not 20-1, but that might be something for you guys to take a look at as well.
You co-sign?
Yeah, I do. You bet, Mike. You bet that one in the summer, right? When we were the summer of Raptors love.
I bet it right before the season started, right before 20-1.
Yep, 14-5 are the Raptors. 9-game winning streak right now. Let's close out with a couple.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, Mike.
I was just gonna say. I think I forgot it. Someone got injured. The name is.
RJ Barrett did, right?
Yeah, Barrett. Yeah. That's it. Barrett got injured, but they still, they still have some talent.
Mm-hmm.
All right, couple college football plays to take us home here.
Yeah, and we're going to go to NC State minus 7.5 over North Carolina. North Carolina's bowl hopes were dashed last week. NC State had a nice win over Kelly's alma mater. They're going in the right direction. I don't know how much of a rivalry game this technically is for North Carolina when you have 55 new players on the roster. I mean, are these guys really into this rivalry? I don't know. I mean, North Carolina has beaten nobody this year. I mean, go look at their wins. They played Virginia tough, and they probably could have won that game, but they didn't. But I think NC State, they're clicking on all cylinders after last week's win. And I have my ratings have them minus 9.2. So with a little bit of an edge there, I'm going to take NC State.
And your last one here?
Oh, real quick, Tulsa, I bet them minus 9.5. It's actually down to 8.5. I don't know if I want to be taking a UAB team where kids are stabbing each other. If you guys heard that story last week, that's an unreal story. But Tulsa's moving in the right direction.